What is going on, YouTube? It is All Things Mets Media, and this video is going to be about Ronny Mauricio playing second base in the minor leagues, and the Mets basically, moving him in other places. We're going to get into it. I got the scoop for you guys for sure. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy Mets content. And let's get into this video. Ronny Mauricio, guys, definitely a switch-hitting shortstop, very talented. The Mets, got him from the international draft. He has been a big prospect for the Mets, one of the best prospects for the Mets in general. He did take a little, hit in the prospect pool in the MLB top prospects. But Ronny Mauricio, guys, is a very, very talented player, athletic, strong, big. This guy has a lot to, offer. So, Ronny Mauricio playing second base is very, very essential to, the Mets' plans in general. We know that Jeff McNeil was signed to be, with the Mets for 5 years with the extension. And that Jeff McNeil was basically their second baseman. They're the Mets' second baseman. But Jeff McNeil is so versatile that he can play the outfield, he can play third base, he can play other positions, and he doesn't need to be the everyday second baseman for the New York Mets. So that gives, some options with the Mets and Ronny Mauricio, who is a very important player to the Mets' plans, just in general. If he's not going to be traded, then they got to find out a way to use him. And we knew this time was going to come. We knew Ronny Mauricio, with Francisco Lindor's big contract, 10-year contract, and Ronny Mauricio being a shortstop, we knew that this time was going to come. So Ronny Mauricio playing second base, in the minor leagues shows that the Mets have plans for him. They're trying to look for other options. They're trying to make him more versatile. They're trying to make him play, like a Jeff McNeil, second base, outfield, that type of stuff. But yeah, I'm going to get into it, guys. But the latest on that is from Anthony DiComo. He basically said, on SNY, that Ronny Mauricio, the Mets' plans for him is he's going to play second base, but he's going to play third base. He's going to play the outfield. The Mets have plans to put him in other positions, just like a Jeff McNeil, who is so versatile. And they really think that he can do it because of his athletic body, his speed. Well, he can, he's big, he can cover. So listen, I say Ronny Mauricio is a very, very talented player. He's one of my favorite players in the minor league system. This guy, I would love for the Mets to, bring him up to the majors. He is hitting 350 as a batting average. He has 6 home runs, and he has 16 RBIs on the season. Now, we've seen that Brett Baty got called up to the major leagues. We've seen that Francisco Alvarez got called up to the major leagues, and he was raking in AAA. But, major leagues is very, very different. We know that Ronny Mauricio, it takes time to adapt to major league pitching, but Ronny Mauricio is a switch hitting. He can literally hit left-handed and right-handed and for power. So, he has speed, he has power, he has a lot of things that the Mets could use in the major leagues. And I know that the Mets want to win now, and this is why, you should have put this guy in the minors, in AA, in single A, put him in other positions. I feel like it's not too late, for Ronny Mauricio to play other positions and learn other positions, just because of how versatile and his, his speed and just how he is. He's willing to learn any position to get to the major leagues. So I think that the Mets, they could have, in the minor leagues, they could have prepared him better for this situation. But, they didn't know if they were going to keep Jeff McNeil. They didn't know, they knew that Francisco Lindor was going to be a shortstop for the next, 10 years with the New York Mets. So Ronny Mauricio's position was going to be blocked. We knew that was going to happen. But Ronny Mauricio in the major leagues, I want to see it. I know a lot of Mets fans want to see it. And I know also another thing let's talk about is Ronny Mauricio being traded, because I know a lot of Mets fans, a lot of people have talked about Ronny Mauricio doesn't have a position. He doesn't have anywhere to go. And this is why the Mets are making him more versatile. Now, Ronny Mauricio could still be traded by the New York Mets in a big package, maybe for Shohei Ohtani or somebody like that, or another package in the trade deadline. This could possibly happen. But I think that the Mets should definitely keep Ronny Mauricio. I feel like he's a very, very talented player. He has speed. He has power. He's big. He's, I think, going to be a plus player for this team. So, like I said, Ronny Mauricio, you bring power, you bring speed. He's athletic. And I feel like he could definitely hit major league pitching. We've seen in spring training, in those brief previously, Ronny Mauricio, he's hit major league pitching in spring training, but, spring training is not the same thing as the major leagues. So I think this is a good move. I think Ronny Mauricio playing second base for the New York Mets is a good move. I think that the Mets, they see, they see Ronny Mauricio and they see his talent. And hats off to Ronny Mauricio, because he literally took a dip in his prospect pool, but he went to the Dominican League and he won the Dominican League MVP, and he got himself ready. He got himself prepared and he got better. And there's been a lot of people who have said in his game, he does strike out a lot. He doesn't have a lot of play discipline. So that's something to look for in the major leagues when Ronny Mauricio does come, to the major leagues. And I definitely think we're going to see Ronny Mauricio this year in 2023 with the New York Mets somehow, whether it is in the outfield, whether there is in second base, because that's what I love about Jeff McNeil. He can be so versatile, and that gives other opportunities for players like Ronny Mauricio. So, man, I think that hats off to him for winning the Dominican League MVP. Hats off to him, for, being better, having a great spring training. A lot of people talked about his spring training. It was great. And, AAA, he's been great as well. So this is what you want to see from a player that, that the Mets have plans for. So I love Ronny Mauricio. I love what he has, what he has for himself. I think he has a lot of talent, and he's only like 22 years old. He's very, very young. You know what I'm saying? But he's advanced at the plate, and that's what you want from a player. And I feel like Ronny Mauricio could be a very impactful player for the New York Mets in the major leagues. And I know that, Brett Baty, they brought him to the major leagues, and he's looked a little bit better, but, he has struggled. And Francisco Alvarez doesn't look so ready for the major leagues at the plate. But I say this, guys, the time is now to get these guys at bats, because you got 162 games. I know that the Mets want to win now. They want to win the World Series now. But I say play the kids. Play the kids. I like Brett Baty. I like Francisco Alvarez. I like these guys, over Eduardo Escobar, over, Thomas Nido. I like Francisco Alvarez's power. I like Brett Baty's power. I like his defense is getting better as well. And Ronny Mauricio's defense has been very, very good. And it looks like the Mets are not worried about Ronny Mauricio's defense. So that's very good. So he can play defense at an elite level, and he can just scorch the ball. He can just destroy the ball, with his power, because this guy is talented. He has a future with the New York Mets. And yeah, just in general, guys, what do you guys think about Ronny Mauricio? Do you think that he deserves a call up to the major leagues, or do you think that they should wait a little bit, make him more versatile, make him play the outfield, make him play second base, make him play third base, and make him more versatile and better, for Buck to put in the lineup? So yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And yeah, man, I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much. That's going to be pretty much the video on Ronny Mauricio. Definitely, guys, I'm going to be uploading a lot more content, consistent content. And yeah, man, I love you guys so much. LFGM for life. The Mets have had a lot of struggles this season. They've had some injuries. They've had, Verlander, Max Scherzer. There's been a lot, Carrasco, Quintana. There's been a lot of injuries, but the Mets look like they're, hanging in there, So, yeah, they lost to the Nationals last night. It was a horrible night for the New York Mets, but they went on a 10-day, West Coast trip, and they just got back. So I had a feeling they were going to lose that game. But that's pretty much going to do it for the end of the video, guys. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much. Definitely going to have consistent video for you guys. And I will be live streaming either every Wednesday or every Thursday at 3 p.m. So yeah, guys, I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. And man, this is All Things Mets Media. Where'd you get your latest Mets media? I'm out of here.